Hey Geminis, and welcome to your May 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And your energy is all-encompassing this month, Gemini. You are overtaken. Your energy feels quite confronted by others, and it's feeling difficult to separate and become independent. And I feel that this month is imperative for you to become warmer, to become more bright, to become more embracing of solar energy, because there's something that's hurting and something that's needing a lot from other people, validation, clarity. You've overcome that in a way ever since Saturn was opposite you, and you've come into this place where you've got much more power, got much more recognition, got much more excitement for things which are building up. Yet there's something which you wanted to see yourself have, a transition that you wanted to find yourself among or amidst, that you have had to go alone, which you expected to have with other people. You expected someone else to be there. You expected someone else to support you. And now there is a fear of falling out as a result. So right into it. Strong channeling energy, strong abstract energy. How does your balance feel moving into this month, Gemini? All of the air signs are very weighted and pulled in different directions right now. So how is your equilibrium feeling energetically, physically? How is your calibration feeling? It feels like you are sort of, your memory to me feels very full and very almost hard to see, because you're such a, like, again, king or queen of swords energy, and that comes with so much mental clarity, so much formulaic ability, almost like a really fast, incredible computer or technology operating within you. And it feels a little bit like there's a virus, or the memory is too full, and you are in the process of cleaning that, or you are in the process of replacing that. You are getting so many downloads right now. You are getting so many downloads from the universe, such a strong psychic expansion happening, and something that you've wanted for a really long time is being given right now. Some kind of expression of power, some kind of expression of vulnerability as well, and closeness, intimacy with other people, and how that's been abused in the past comes forward as well. You're redefining your ideas of intimacy, redefining your ideas of closeness and proximity with others. You have such a strong major arcana injection: the Devil, the Tower, the Hanged Man, and the Hermit. So lots of solitude, while at the same time a connection with others that cannot be capitalized on in the way that you anticipated. Is this a month of relationships? Yes, I feel that it is, but there's a desire for Gemini to not be encumbered by anyone right now. But when you're alone, I also feel a want to have somebody, or a frustration with how you've come to solitude, while at the same time really enjoying solitude. So yes, it is a conflict-oriented month for you. There are a lot of things which you've wanted that come true, yet you start to not want as well. You see yourself truly gain something. And I really urge you guys to focus on what you've gained and what you do have, why you are at the location that you're at, because I feel that some Geminis might be very frustrated with where they're at in life and how they've gotten there, while at the same time it's this incredible thing that many people would really want to be in. So remember to count your blessings, but at the same time, understand, I think, the cycles or toxic people which have been in, which may have generated this desire for you to not really be happy with how things are ever. This isn't for all Geminis. I sense, especially the Gemini Cancer people, are feeling toxified by people, but thinking it's something of their own. So feeling betrayed, yes, somewhat. It's more of a feeling of being overcome or outsmarted, which is, you can't really outsmart a Gemini, to be honest. You're one of the most cunning signs of the zodiac, ruled by Mercury, and you're very quick. Your ideas process much quicker than any other zodiac sign, really. But for some reason, you're feeling outplayed or outsmarted, or fear of not being able to do this when it matters. So some of you have won, or some of you have not been outsmarted, but there's this building pressure within you that's like, I've got to stay on my game. I've got to always have a formula. I've got to always have a plan B. And you guys always do, so it's more like a plan C or D. I sense a lot of contingency issues this month, or a lot of okay, if this doesn't work, what do I do? How do I It has to do with thriving when other people fall as well, like always having something to keep you independent at the end of the day, with the hermit as your central theme. Independence and not so much solitude, because I feel that Gemini actually makes a lot of important connections with other people this month. It's more like the lack of codependency, or the lack of connections which have a price. So let's talk about connections which have a price for you, Gemini. Very easy. Gemini is one of those signs that it's so easy to make very powerful connections. It's so easy to make allies with people who want a big exchange in something that's not very tangible. So people who have a big emotional price, or people who have some kind of expectation of repayment. So debts and repayments definitely come up. You have Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles as well, and the Devil reversed. To me, that's like a major debt making type of energy. So be careful of contracts. I mean, I'm not a big like contract person. I don't talk a lot about contracts. I believe in them, like spiritual contracts, but if I ever sensed a contract type of energy, I'm feeling it in the Gemini side of the zodiac right now. And I think that it's just really hard to get out of what you sign yourself up for right now. It's usually much easier than this. And this may have to do with the Jupiter retrograde. It's harder to be lucky right now. I did a video on the Jupiter retrograde. If you guys want to see that, it's in the top right-hand corner. And it's hard to be lucky, as I was saying, with that energy. And Gemini and Sagittarius, that is like the luckiest axis of the zodiac. So when Jupiter's retrograde, you guys feel that pretty strongly. Even though Gemini is not ruled by Jupiter, still having that Sagittarius oppositional axis, you feel it. You feel that Sag part of you not having the silver lining, or not having the luck that it did. It's very temporary. It's only lasting until July, and that may seem like a long time. But try to not be relying on luck, or be relying on like the 777 to pop up or something when you're talking like business negotiations, or you're talking marriage, even any kind of union, or any kind of deals. Not just a great time for it for Gemini. Again, it's better to be self-dependent, or independent. Hello. It's better to be independent in all matters this month, with the Hermit as your central theme. It all comes back to you, and it all comes back to the power that you have in and of yourself. Watch out for relying on others to provide or expand who you are and what you're doing right now. So anyway, Geminis, I'm going to get into the week to week to give you some clearer images. Week number 1, you have 2 of Pentacles rooted down by 6 of Swords reversed. So you've decided to play something safe. To me, that feels like playing something safe. The decision, to like set out on your own, or to set out on this new journey. And with that in reversal, it's like you chose not to. You chose to keep to yourself, or you chose to do a safer version. I'm proud of you for that. I feel like this is a good time to play things safe, if there ever were. By around July, you should be able to take more risks, or understand more about calculated risks. And that's at least if you have to risk something, Gemini, it's okay if it's been like building up for a long time now, if it's been a big plan, as long as it's calculated. But I do sense that if you're having to do all the calculating right now, you maybe shouldn't even go for it, because it's not that you're not smart. Obviously, no one can really outsmart you, Gemini, but your calculating ability, your formulaic ability, just having come off of this Mercury retrograde, you have to recover a little bit, and you have to get that mental process back in order. Because when I'm stepping into your energy, it is hard to articulate. It's hard, like my language skills start to kind of scatter up, and I almost feel like a bit of aphasia or something. So I'm feeling like you guys are just recovering from that intense Mercury retrograde that we had throughout like March and April. And you should be good by about, it kind of does take all of May, I'm feeling. And that recovery can give you so much. Don't feel worried. Like, don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to work so much. It'll be okay. Your body's going to work fine. It has more to do with communicating the aspects of yourself which haven't really gotten a voice for a while. That's the hard thing. But I sense that you guys do really well with like business and more like grounded physical aspects of life. Although I just really wouldn't suggest much overwhelming logistical decision making that's like having a deadline right now. Watch out for deadlines, and play it safe. Starting off May playing it safe and going with the tried and true methods, I feel is really good for you right now. Week number 2, you have the Ace of Pentacles rooted down by King of Cups. I would say the best week of your month there. You're getting either a secret from somebody, or for some of you it could even be inheritance, or some kind of intellectual property. Even you're being gifted something is given to you. This could also just be emotional knowledge about yourself, if you're like a watery Gemini, if you have like a lot of water placements. So a big download there, a big download of self-understanding, and I want to almost say like a whole new schema or whole new like schemata of possibilities for you to work with in the way that you express your situation, in the way that you are, dare I say, manifesting. I don't love that word so much anymore, but manifesting is a great concept. But I do feel that you're getting a new template almost. This feels like a new template to me. And that's the ultimate goal of May, I feel. It may not come till sometime in June, but a new template with which to exercise a new power grid and power structure that you have been generating. So week number 3, King of Pentacles, you're down by the Hanged Man reversed. In Earth energy, very grounded, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy has either let you down, or this aspect of your own personality is not what you expected it to be, feeling very constrained, feeling very tied up. You might be tying money up. That feels like tied up money or tied up assets or strict investments, something like that. It feels very tangible to me. Honestly, that's not feeling very emotional. Of course, there's always going to be a parallel there. So, look within. How are you tying yourself up? How are you constricting yourself? Can you breathe with this type of constriction? Is this too much pageantry? To me, that feels like some kind of pageantry as well. Sacrificing your skin to wear like really nice makeup or something, or sacrificing your posture for some kind of appearance. It feels like appearance sacrifices, and it also feels like burning through a lot of money for some of you as well. So needing to maintain a certain type of lifestyle to your own deficit feels possible. It's a month of debt for everybody. It is Taurus time. The Taurus Scorpio axis with the Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio, and Pluto and Saturn having gone retrograde as well. This is a very debt oriented and debt facing type of energy. So karmic turnovers, karma and debt are very similar principles. Not quite completely the same. I should do a video on that, but they are similar. So think about karma, think about debts, and if you can solve them both right now, you will be very rewarded, because it comes up. Last week of May, oh my gosh, Gemini, is perhaps one of the most important weeks of your entire year of 2018, with the Devil reversed, rooted down by the Tower reversed. I do actually like to see those Major Arcana cards reversed more than upright. Most of the time, I do think when they're reversed, they're more seeable. They're perhaps a repetition or something that's been ongoing, so you're kind of more aware of the cycle or more aware of the warning signs. Addictive natures, clingy people. I feel that emotional scaffolding or foundational energy, which you have prioritized for such a long time, is like upside down with itself. So you've got to look at the foundation for sure, and you've been looking at this for a long time. Like ever since Saturn was in Sag, I feel like you've really been, thinking, okay, where does this begin? Like, where does this build from? Because I feel that Gemini has the roof, or I feel that you have the last part of the building, the last part of the structure, but the foundation is changing. It's almost like it's a shift in foundation. You've already developed it once, but it's changing once more. And it has specifically to do with who you've been strongly emotionally and energetically tied to, who has shackled you in this codependent narcissistic cycle. As much as I feel like that whole terminology has been a bit spun in a way which is not quite actually it. I do feel that this is classic narcissistic codependent roles, and the illumination of them, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to see. Not really. I mean, you have, again, with the Hermit as your central theme, you're really seeing the shadows. You're lighting up the shadows. You're lighting up the hidden aspects of your life. It's not really the best time of year to do that. That's a much more rewarding experience during like October, towards like October and November. But I mean, it works, and sometimes it just has to happen, and sometimes it's just like unavoidable. And you just need to pay very close attention to who's around in the 4th week, to who is being shifty. I feel like shifty people, crafty people, cunning people who may not have your best interests at heart in the 4th week. Pay close attention. You're very good at picking up on subtleties. That one like change in facial expression, that one shift of the eyes that, shows someone lying or shows someone being fake people, delusional people. You will see them. You will see them in the 4th week. The worst case scenario is to prioritize them, or to try to build on top of that, like watch out for, okay, I've realized this person is shifty, but I'm not going to let them know, and I'm going to keep kind of using them, and I'll just like keep this knowledge of them, and like I do feel like a blackmailing type of energy as well. So I don't know whether that's necessarily coming from you or from somebody towards you. Don't take people's emotional debts right now. So you see that someone's being shifty, or you see that somebody's a bit corrupted. Rather than taking on that debt and, demanding repayment at a beneficial time for you, it would be good to just, walk the other direction. A difficult time to take on emotional debts or past debts of other people, for sure. And anyway, Gemini, a very defining month for you. If you can separate a bit from people, I feel like that's optimum. And if you can also become a bit less constrained, like watch out for just situations which compress you. You're feeling claustrophobic, or you're feeling too smothered by people or relationships. Free yourself up a little bit. Comfortable clothes, comfortable surroundings, and clean. I feel like cleanliness is important. Spring cleaning, whatever that means to you, whatever you want to do with that. Changing up the furniture, changing up easy aesthetic things feels very healing and karmically appeasing to you. Anyway, Geminis, if you'd like to check out my Patreon page to get these readings early and see other services, you can click the center of the screen. I also do private readings as well. They usually sell out quickly, and I'm not doing as much this month as I would usually do, so check into that. That's in the description box. Also, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. You can see that in the description box as well. Your subscribes, likes, and comments make my day. I'm wishing you guys much love and light. I feel that you're really in that shadow work place more so than the other signs right now. So good luck with that, and we will be talking soon. Bye.